What is up, YouTube? I am your host, ProfessorStix, back in here with another video. I want to share with you guys 12 transformational tips that help transition from Warzone to Apex Legends. The first 6 tips are for those who are completely new to the game, and the last 6 tips are for players who want to get an edge over the competition and maybe grind for a high rank in league play. If you like tips and tricks videos, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, completely destroy that like button so you can help this video find more Warzone players looking to flee a sinking ship and get a better experience playing a different game. All right, let's get into it. Tip number 1, use the gun range. Now, I need you to get used to all the different weapons because when you're doing a hot drop, you don't know what you're gonna drop onto. There are no loadouts in this game, so you need to get used to using all of the different weapons and all of the different ammo types. One tip here, sometimes you run out of ammo and you need to switch to a weapon from one of the enemies that you just took out, and they might not be using what you were using. So you need to get used to using different guns and get rid of the loadout mindset. Tip number 2, use the ping system or use your mic. Now, 90% of the people that random fill don't use a mic, all right? So if you have a mic, I suggest that you use it to deliver information, and also use the ping system because the minimap doesn't show where the enemy is. And so the best way to give your teammate a visual cue is to use the ping system. But if you do have a mic, always communicate strategies and always communicate the information that you see. This is very important in Apex Legends. Tip number 3, and this is an important one, get to know each legend. Know their passive ability, know their tactical and ultimate abilities. Certain legends have unique abilities that are hard to counter, and some have abilities that are weaknesses. Example, Caustic's gas, I think that is a meta right now. And lastly, creating combos with legends allows you to be more versatile, and also every fight is going to be different because you're going to be facing different legends. So that's why you need to know every legend and know their abilities. Tip number 4, play arenas to improve in gunfights. You can practice movement in arenas, you can practice recoil control with different setups, and you can find what works for you. Also, you get to hone your skills against another team, and there aren't any worries about third parties. Tip number 5, survive. All right, listen, this is a real BR. It's different from Warzone. Warzone is all about high kills. Yes, you can go for high kills in Apex, but honestly, it's best to always play to the strength of your team, play the zone, play to survive, play to get to the number 1 spot, and then take out that last team. There are a lot of third parties in Apex Legends, so if fights get drawn out, it's gonna attract teams looking to get easy kills. Know when to call it quits and get out, all right? Survive. Tip number 6, isolate and team fire. The best way to pick apart a team is to isolate one of the enemy teammates and absolutely beam them together. That's why you should be calling out how much damage you hit on an opponent and name the legend. If you are shooting an Octane, say, yo, 50 on the Octane, you need to focus on the weaker enemies and knock them. Someone always gets antsy on the other team and they push alone or they push out of formation. That's either the shooter who gets impatient or it's somebody who's new to the game. Usually that's the person you want to isolate and absolutely take them out. If you see a lifeline though, you beam that lifeline right away. All right, at least that's what I do. If you are enjoying these tips so far, smash that like button, comment down below if there are any tips for beginners. All right, let's dive into the deeper stuff. All right, tip number 7, master your main legend. My personal main is Valkyrie. I believe you should be good with all of the legends, but you don't unlock all of them right away. So you should definitely pick one of the legends and get really good at them. Your main legend is the one you spend the most time using, and you should know everything about them and how to use them. Having a main ensures that you're the most efficient and reliable team member, especially when you're random filling. Sometimes the difference is just being individually the best person on the team allow you to survive longer. Tip number 8, map knowledge is crucial. Knowing the map and the different rotations are key to improving quickly. Map awareness will help you prevent successful third parties and allow you to gain the upper hand in an attempted third party. Let me tell you guys, gaining that high ground is so important, and finding the best angles and routes when engaging a team is hugely important. So you are going to learn that map knowledge by getting more reps. Tip number 9, loot fast and loot management. Listen, armor swapping, knowing the attachments that are best to have on your gun and what you feel more comfortable with is super important. This will contribute to improving the pace of your gameplay. When I tell you guys, the first time I dropped into Apex Legends, I was so slow at looting that my teammates would already be off fighting, and then I'm coming in late because I was lollygagging looking for the perfect attachment. There are no perfect attachments. You want to get your loot quick and be ready to defend yourself. All right, in most cases you want to have a ton of ammo, one med kit, and one full slot of syringes, maybe 1 to 2 throwables like arc stars or thermites, and a few batteries, because you're going to need a lot of those to be recharging your shield. Allotment varies based on your bag size. I usually aim for a blue and purple bag by late game, which allows me to carry a lot more big batteries. That's going to be very important in the late game when you're charging up your shields. All right, that leads me to tip number 10, be strategic. Each fight requires a different approach. Each legend has specific abilities that will need to be dealt with in different ways. If you're looking to work with a team, be strategic. If you're running solo with randoms, just try to play support to the person that pushes everything. Or if you push everything, wait for backups so you don't get jumped alone. Knowing when to rotate and when to fight is very, very important. So at the end of the day, just be smart. Tip number 11, optimize your settings. Use the right sensitivity. I personally use 4.3, sometimes 4.4. I'm still figuring it out, but play around with the sensitivities, play around with your settings. Watch a video on the best settings. I'll link one down below that I personally used. Also, open up your FOV for that competitive advantage. That is super important, something that console players didn't have on Warzone, but as a console player, you have that here on Apex Legends. All right, tip number 12, and I think this is the best one, have fun with it. All right, it's a new game. We are all learning. Every game, no matter what, comes with its own pace, comes with its own style. So you got to be patient with yourself. All right. And also, every game has issues, but as long as we're having fun and we're enjoying the experience, that's what matters the most. All right, guys. So this is just me suggesting to you guys to try something different. If you have any other tips that can help the community get better or that I missed, drop a comment down below. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can find your way back for more videos. I love you guys. Show some love to somebody today. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.